Welcome to Bothering the Band. My name is Ryan Bynack. With me, as always, is my producer, Abigail Ann Levy. And on this awesome episode, we have Atlanta funky punk rockers, Lesibu Grand. How are you guys doing today?
We're so good. It's a little bit late and a little bit rainy, but we're hanging in there and we're super excited to be on with you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for doing this. I have just been jamming out to your music since I got the press release. I was like, I like them. And I generally pick people for the podcast that I like. It's a very selfish endeavor. So gonna roll in with me and keeping a soundtrack while I'm working all day. What genre of music confuses you the most?
Ooh, confuses me the most. I'd like to say that I'm a music intellectual, so I understand all music, including math rock.
She adds the whole thing up and then
I create the time signatures and I just like do mathematical calculations from there because I'm just a music nerd. So my answer is none. No music confuses me.
Wow, not even reggaeton music?
No, I love reggaeton. I like get really into it. You ever listen to like Maluma or Bad Bunny or Daddy Yankee?
Yeah. We tried to get we've been trying to get Bad Bunny on here. We went hard on Easter. We were like on Easter Sunday, like tweeting at him and like Instagramming. And
is he like, oh, because he's the bunny? I get it. I'm like, wait, what? Is he like super religious or something? But that makes sense.
Yeah,
real down.
I get confused a little bit in terms of just like genre classification. Like I really can't. I'll be honest. I can't really tell where like hip hop ends and rap begins and R&B kind of like just that sort of. I don't really have a good like genre like identifying sense in that sort of in those areas.
It's hard to distinguish between hip hop and
yeah,
rap.
I'm like kind of like that's where I get confused a little bit. I like it. I don't need to know exactly what genre something's in to vibe on it, but like I can't like really put my finger on where one ends and where the other begins.
That makes perfect sense though. And it triggered something in me where it's like, now you have all these subcultures of course of like punk rock and hardcore and all that stuff. But yeah, like hip hop and rap, we can debate that all day.
For sure.
That's true.
All right, real hard question. 1 pillow or 2?
You go first.
I'm 1 pillow. It has to be very thick and heavy, like a heavy, thick, kind of almost like just very buoyant kind of pillow. Like that's what I like.
Nice.
So actually a freak of nature and I sleep with no pillow. I don't like a pillow when I sleep. If I'm watching TV or like laying in bed, then I'll have a pillow just to chill. But when it's time to go to bed, the pillow goes on the floor or something because I don't know. I just like to be completely flat, completely corpse-like in my sleeping position. So no pillows.
And you sleep like this?
Yes. Exactly.
a little pine box she likes to like kind of sleep in.
Do you sleep on your back though? Or are you?
I sleep on my back most of the time. If I mean, this might be TMI, but if I'm like cramping, I like to sleep on my stomach because it kind of helps alleviate that. But otherwise, it's all back all day. If I'm cuddling with somebody, that's like a whole different thing. Like you can use somebody as a pillow and do that kind of thing. I don't know. But yeah, no pillows. No pillows.
That's fascinating. No pillows. Oh, man. Okay. Here, this is a great question. Go ahead.
What's your favorite beer?
My favorite beer.
He asked what your favorite beer is.
Man.
Can I ask questions? I was just about to get another beer and I was kind of curious if you would drink our beer. And also,
well, I grew up drinking Modelo, definitely. When I was younger, it was like Modelo and Yingling. But I worked in the craft beer business in New York for like 10 years.
Oh wow,
So man, there's so many, like a Bell's Two Hearted Ale I like.
I do like that.
This is like blasphemy, but I love the Sam Adams Winter Lager every year. I look forward to it.
No, that's a good. Yeah.
You guys are from Atlanta, so I have to say Sweetwater, right?
Yeah, 420.
That is
all day.
that's kind of the unofficial. There's a lot of other really excellent like independent beers in Atlanta. They're, I think Atlanta was a little bit late to the party with craft beer, but once it got to the party, there's a lot of it now. There's a lot of good stuff. Sweetwater is like the most successful one, the one that's
most mainstream.
Yeah, they're actually like a very big company now. But I think they were bought by another big company and whatnot. But there's a good bit of craft beer down here too.
I really like.
Go ahead.
Wait, sorry. I was just gonna say that my favorite Atlanta brewery is probably Three Taverns because they make the Night on Ponce. But that's Atlanta brewery, because if we're talking about the whole state of Georgia, my favorite brewery would be Creature Comforts.
Oh yeah, I know Creature Comfort.
Athens.
Yeah. So both Creature Comfort and Sweetwater, big music promoters. They sponsor a bunch of festivals and stuff in the state, and you'll see them around.
You see them up there too. I mean, we see them a lot, but I didn't know. And I'm assuming you're in New York. Actually, I don't know if that's true or not.
I'm actually not. Currently, I'm in South Florida. So
I was just about to say, I see Orlando Magic, so I was going to say Orlando.
Okay.
So I grew up like high school, college, Orlando. I love the Magic, but I am a New Yorker. When I'm done with this, I'm going to watch the Yankees.
Red Sox game.
Yeah.
Or is it not? Are they playing each other, or they're just both vying for?
No, they're playing right now. They're probably kicking it off. Big like New York, but I have a soft spot for the Magic. And so I'll tell you, for listeners, this is where it gets real interesting. I have an Orlando Magic poster behind me that I just got and put that up like a day ago at my daughter's like Scholastic book fair. Do you remember those?
Yes, I do remember the book fairs, Scholastic book fairs.
They're still kicking. I volunteered at her book fair, and I was blown away by like the same shit. Like they had sport posters and like Lamborghini posters, and then like reptile books and like cool pens and erasers and shit.
Yeah, no, those were like the like the casino of our day, I guess. I don't know if it's casino, that's probably a bad analogy, but we used to get super pumped up for Scholastic book fair in elementary school.
It was great to see I'm a writer first and foremost, so it was like great to see the kids like stoked on books. And
that's a huge thing. If you see that, you've got hope. You got hope. No matter how messed up things are, if kids are into books, they might save.
Yeah. And my daughter, when her class came in, she was like, she had like a stack, and I was like, get it. I was just like, whatever, get it all.
Ball out.
Yeah.
And I was like, as long as Daddy can get the Magic. And I got her this cool book. It's called it's like a teen. She's young, but it's like a chapter book called like Punk Rock or something like that. And it's all about like girl punk rockers being themselves.
Oh wow,
nice.
So yeah, I got her that, so I'm reading that to her because she's yeah. So
make sure you include Lesibu Grand as like the final punk rocker. Let her know.
Maybe we should write the last chapter and send it up.
Yeah, we'll send it to you.
Well, so I just told her, I was like, Daddy's got to go interview a band. She always, this is natural to her. She gravitates towards like women singers, songwriters, stuff like that. And she was like, is it a girl? And I was like, yes. There's a girl in the band.
Oh man, you should. We're gonna have to send her up some of our little punk rock stickers. I don't know if you can see this.
Oh yeah, she fucking loves stickers.
Little Lesibu not glued on little sticker. We'll have to send that up to you.
Yeah, we'll totally do that. We'd love that.
I don't know if you can see that, but you'll like it.
No, I can. I totally can. That's great. I'll send Gabriella my address and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be great, and I'll take a photo.
Orlando and Atlanta have a major rivalry in Major League Soccer.
Yeah, I've learned that.
Have you gotten into your soccer team down there at all?
I have. but when they started, I was in New York. I've been to a couple games, but I do follow it like on, social media and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's cool to see that stuff grow in the space. So I'm glad it's something. Do you guys go to like soccer games there?
Yeah, we do. Atlanta United.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Atlanta.
It's really become the team right now. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, there's fans of all the, teams obviously still, but Atlanta United really captured everybody. I mean, and they were very good right in the beginning, and they're kind of struggling now, but it's definitely a team that does really unite people because hardly anybody has legacy soccer teams that that they have allegiance to from wherever they were before, and we're such a transplant town that I feel like it really captured it. So yeah, we go to the games. Tyler and I have gone sometimes. We love it.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Oh, that's cool. It's also so diverse. Like Orlando, no one thinks about it. It's crazy diverse. Atlanta, don't even, like that's its middle name is diversity. So I feel like people who aren't into like maybe baseball and football, that's where they're gonna go.
Yeah, definitely.
The crowds at Atlanta United games are very diverse. The fans are it's quite a mix.
It's a mixed bag.
Yeah.
And they're super pumped up though. That's the one thing they all have in common. Everybody's super excited when they're there.
I know they sing songs and shit.
You said, are they what?
I was gonna say, do they like sing songs and like I don't know?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like, I mean, I don't want to not do it justice because you kind of need the instruments and everything.
Atlanta
United.
Atlanta
United.
That's what this is rude, but I'm gonna go get a beer and let Tyler run this for a second. Do you need another one?
No, I'm good.
I'll be right back.
Do it up.
We'll just be talking about Swaka and whatever else we're going to talk about.
So what you said it's raining there tonight.
It was raining. It stopped since, but you know how when it starts to rain, there's still that like mood that rain gives, like super drowsy, very chill. I'm not opposed to it. It's a good time to be indoors though, for sure.
Yeah, I have good friends in Atlanta. I'm hoping to get there soon, actually in December, to visit them.
Oh, nice.
See some comedy.
Oh, nice. Wait, you said to see some comedy or to do some comedy?
See some comedy.
Nice. Do you know where you're going?
I forget where is maybe the Laughing Skull. Whatever.
Yeah, Laughing Skull is
fine. Those are the two big ones.
Yeah. Well, if you get to go to Laughing Skull, you'll definitely have a great time. It's also a part of the burger joint, the Vortex. So if you haven't had a burger from there, then you should get one. They're really known for their amazing customer service, the Vortex.
I didn't know that.
No, it's like kind of a sarcastic joke because they're like super dickish. Like on their menu, they write like rude comments and stuff. They're just like, don't be a dick. Order your food right the first time. Like, don't send it back. Tip us. It's like very sarcastic and like people go there to be abused by their waiters. So it's kind of funny. It's a thing. But the food is good.
I can't wait. I worked at a place in New York where we didn't change anything on the menu. It was it was like our way or the highway. And that's what made me think of it. It's like, people were like, I'm a vegetarian. I can't have meat. I'm like, sorry, you can pick it off. I'm not gonna change it.
There's something kind of cool about that. Actually, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Too many options and too many permutations just ends up being kind of annoying at times.
And then people don't specialize in what you decide to make. Like they specialize in what they serve you on their menu. So you gotta keep that in mind when you go to a restaurant.
I mean, it's art too. It's like a audience member asking you can you change this song just a
little? Can you actually sing in A flat minor instead? Because that's my preferred key.
Exactly.
It's like,
can we play this one slower? I think it might be better.
Yeah, a beat slower. I'm tired. Oh man. Does it piss you off when someone tells you to calm down?
Usually when you ask a woman to calm down, you'll elicit the exact opposite response. So I'm going to say yes. It doesn't piss me off because I usually can control my own emotions, but it is bothersome when somebody tells you to calm down, especially when you're already feeling like you are calm.
Oh.
And it usually is to kind of passive aggressively tell you about your own emotions, and you're allowed to express yourself, you know? Sometimes you're not calm, and that's okay too.
100%. I couldn't agree more. I would go one step further and say it's not like, I think women get the bad rap because I fucking hate it too. Like I'm passionate, and you know, especially if it's something positive. Have you ever been told, like, when you're like super jazzed about something and someone's like, oh, calm down, you're like,
oh, that's so mean. No, that's never happened to me, thankfully, but I would probably cry. That's like, so, maybe I do need to calm down, huh?
Calm down, for Christ's sake. It's just an interview. I'm just kidding.
He doesn't look like someone who cares about being told to calm down.
I mean, I know that
Sometimes
it's a negative. It can be a negative feeling to have somebody tell you to like chill. It doesn't usually make you chill.
Yeah.
No. Good answers, guys. What's your favorite sweet treat?
Sweet. I don't really like sweets that much, but I do like creme brulee, which is quite sweet. And I had flan at a party not too long ago, and it was pretty friggin' amazing. But my general, like, I'm big on, I just like dark chocolate. Like, that's kind of our go-to, like, after dinner, I go dark chocolate.
I'm a little less sophisticated in my sweet treats. I really like birthday cake ice cream and tropical starburst.
Specific. I love it.
Yeah. I know what I like when it comes to sweets. I have a weakness for the sweets, actually. But
like after we do gigs, like I have to go through the truck and I'll find all these wrappers of like insanely sweet things that are just like, you know, just all over the place.
I know you love the little trail crumbs.
Trail of tears.
Trail of tears. Please edit that out.
You
should save the wrappers and like make something.
That's a great idea, actually.
Maybe
we'll just like decorate our next, like, you know, key art will just be all your wrappers.
Yeah, that actually might be cute. Because they're
a really
like
good idea.
Foil, like the package for Starburst is actually very like malleable, and you can make something.
It's a great idea. Sure. We may have to give you.
You're a genius, Ryan.
Down.
Yeah, please send us a follow-up email so we can get started on these projects.
I just wrote key art from Starburst wrappers. Love these. I'm taking diligent notes.
The meeting minutes are going to be perfect.
Yeah. What's your grandmother's name?
Oh,
that's a good question for this band. I think you should take this one.
Okay. Well, I have two grandmothers, one of which is named Clementine, and I call her Grandma.
Mm-hmm.
And then my other grandmother is Sandra, and her name is Grand Sandra, and that's actually where the Grand in Lesibu Grand came from.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah, that's what we call her, is Grand Sandra.
I knew there was something there. You'll notice that while the questions seem very silly and random, there are some tailored to like a song or a name, you know, like that.
Nice. I like that.
So I also think it's real funny, and I've done this in other podcasts. It's just been like, I've asked, like, what's your uncle's name? Like,
which uncle?
A good one.
My good one?
Sure.
LOL, none of them.
What's the name of the last uncle you spoke with? About that dude in Birmingham. He's a cousin.
Yeah. Anyway, I know the answer to the question, but it is Uncle Eric, I think. He wished me a happy birthday.
Okay.
It was a few months ago. That's the last uncle I spoke to. But I love all my uncles, actually.
Shout out to the uncles. They're big listeners.
Uncle Squad. Yeah, they listen every week.
Yeah, they're in it every week. There's nothing to
no, my podcasts probably don't know what they are.
He meant just generally like they're good listeners, like they listen to people.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think he was just saying that, but it's all good. What about you? What are your uncles'
Well, I have a
names?
lot of uncles, and I haven't talked to any of them in quite a while, so I can't really. I mean, it's been a few years really since I go skiing with some of my uncles, my father's brothers, all up in New Hampshire every year.
Mhm.
And it's usually in January or February. It's freezing cold. It's almost near, the Canadian border, way up there in the White Mountains. And I stay with my uncle Tom, but there's also Felix, and there's also Jimmy, and there's also Zephyr. And they're all French Canadian New Englanders.
Wow, cool names.
They do have great names. Yeah, and there's a few others too that I'm leaving out, but yeah,
They'll be all right.
yeah, they won't. But I do have a lot of uncles.
Between that and Grand Sandra, like, both families, great names. Jeez. Do you cross your ankles in the dentist chair?
Well, I have my ankles crossed now, so I can only assume yes.
Yeah.
Which is not good for circulation, I think. I try not to cross my legs, period, because of blood flow.
You're gonna think about it next time you're in the dentist chair. You're gonna be like, fuck, that guy. I do cross
that guy.
Do you cross your legs?
I do, and I noticed this comes from like 3-4 days ago. I took my daughter to the dentist, and I know she does it too. And she's only 7, so it's like
genetic.
Yeah, and it's like that's weird. I'm gonna ask them this question.
Oh.
John, do you cross your legs?
I don't think I do. I go for kind of a wide stance. I'm like kind of, yes, very braced and
spread out,
ready to move and, able to withstand, forces from any angle. I don't think I'm relaxed enough in the chair.
You ready to kick the hygienist in case you
I go to a dentist that is like advertises just how much laughing gas they will jack you with. Like it is a place like that seeks clientele who want the most, comfortable and sort of pain-free, relaxing dental experience.
Yeah.
And they're called Dental TLC, and they make no bones about it. And they have a sign as you're walking in, and it's just like a woman like in a chair with a crazy smile, and it just says like free laughing gas.
That's brilliant marketing, though.
It really is. It works. It's really far from. I go all the way across town. Like there are so many dentists near me. I don't bother. I just go like literally like 20 miles away to go to the
free laughing gas
spot. Free laughing gas
dispensary.
Spot. Yeah, the dispensary, yeah. Exactly.
That's a good idea because man, the dentist is the worst.
I gotta make a dentist appointment now that you guys are reminding me. Thanks, guys. You can keep me on my toes.
Yeah, you gotta do it, but it's.
So does your dentist not use do you get nitrous oxide like in just Palookaville?
Not when I'm just for a cleaning. You get that?
Yeah, or anything. Anything.
Not at all.
Talking about the bill or anything. I'm like,
and you're just forking over money. No, my dentist does not do that. But it is classic. My dentist, hands in your mouth. You can't say it. We'll just talk and ask you a million questions. You're like, I can't do anything right now.
Yeah.
So, but I will be in. I'm coming to your dentist now.
Come on up. It's worth it. It's a party.
What's the last thing you spilled?
Ooh, spilled. Probably like, this is so random, but I use these little vitamin C packs, the emergency,
yeah,
little water bottles, and I'm always just like drinking them, and I'm kind of clumsy, so it'll like drip or I'll spill it all over the place. So probably emergency.
Got it. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
All right.
I spilled a recent I spilled a salmon.
A what?
I did. It was like I was taking off the grill, and it was and it just slipped, and it went slapping on the ground, and it was so oily. I barely cook my salmon. I liked it really almost raw, and it just like went like slapped on the floor, and it just made this like horrible stain on my concrete, and it was like still there.
Did you eat the salmon?
I did. I rinsed it and ate it. I'm not just throwing a friggin', salmon away. I just took it and I put it. What I did is I put it in help me out, this
Colander,
and then I just like kind of super rinsed it, and yeah, I felt all right about that.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it was fine. I'm sure you'll be fine.
It was like a month or two ago, and I'm still feeling fine.
that is the correct answer. I was gonna say, I hope you still ate it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think I told my wife about it either.
so you fed her floor sandwich. She doesn't know.
I hope she might listen.
Fine. The thing is, the floor isn't that. I mean, obviously, it depends on what floor, but like generally speaking, that's not really where the problems are on the ground. If you can clean something up off the ground and be fine.
Yeah.
Like you said, it was concrete. That's pretty good. If it was like it was in the bathroom, I'd be like,
yeah, okay, all right, you got that straight. Or a shag carpet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really picking up stuff.
Yeah, that would be like you would not get that straight.
What noise does your spirit animal make? As you can see, these are really hard-hitting questions.
I would say it's like a soft exhale, which I can't really do on cue, but John knows what I'm talking about because I do it all the time.
It's like
it's just like
a satisfying. Is it like
a
satisfying?
It's a stress relief, but also just like a relaxed mode. I think that my spirit animal, if I had one, would be like something chill and long living.
Mine is not chill. Mine is like an alarm clock.
I was gonna say yours is the sound of salmon like hitting concrete.
Yeah, it's slap. Yeah.
Wow.
You guys are fun. Have you actually used a hot glue gun?
We actually used a hot glue gun to make the hot glue gun prop for the music video for the song Hot Glue Gun. How's that for triple entendre?
I'm going to get, I know you can't see anything in the podcast, but I'm going to get the hot glue gun.
He's going to show you the real deal.
I love it. For those listening, John's going to get the actual hot glue gun
that was used in the music video.
Yeah.
Wow. It's going to be super cute. If you haven't watched it, you really should. It's a very cool music video, and I turn a Donald Trump impersonator into a Cheetos puff, and so it's a sight to see.
Yes, everyone listening, go watch the video. Hot glue gun.
Yeah, hot glue gun.
Yeah.
I've also used hot glue guns in my early days. I've probably started using one when I was in elementary school for arts and crafts projects of sorts, like putting googly eyes on things. Ooh, look at this.
So that's the hot glue gun from our video, hot glue gun. And then it got beat up. Because we did a lot with this. We played with this from December.
Yeah, it's kind of been repaired.
Actually, one of the funny things about this is that we used it so much that it needed help. It was falling apart. And then we used a real hot glue gun to fix the hot glue gun, and we made a video out of it actually, which was pretty meta. But I didn't notice that. A fan noticed it. That Tyler actually put the sight. This is the sight, and it is actually on wrong. This is supposed to be like you look through it, like the scope rather. She put the scope on like
sideways. So you would have to like look to the side to see
what I mean? Like it doesn't really work. But nobody noticed except a fan who was like, wait a second, that thing isn't right anymore.
Yeah.
Which was actually amazing that anybody paid attention.
I was gonna say, like, leave it up to the internet for one dude to be like, sight's on wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And it was just like that. It was great, actually. It was one of the best comments ever. I'll move this out of the way before you have to fix it again. What do you want to sit right there?
Anyway.
I can't believe you guys made that.
Yeah, well, we didn't make it.
We didn't make it. Someone else did it.
We repaired it.
It It was made by like a prop person who actually knows what they're doing. Was it Haley?
Still counts.
Paige.
Paige. Shout out to Paige
Yeah.
from Sailor Face.
So yeah, that we do. And you know, we do occasionally use this for things, but it's not as fun as the prop.
Yeah, this one's just like actually
Little bit
useful.
small.
Okay. Have you ever, this is a real regional question. Have you ever been to the Valdosta Mall?
Never been to Valdosta.
I have been to Valdosta many times, but I've still not been to the Valdosta Mall that I can recall.
That is such a random question.
Have you been to the Valdosta Mall?
I have.
You probably passed through there on your way, you know, traveling up to the north or wherever.
Yeah. From Orlando, if you go north and you're driving through Georgia, you're going to pass Valdosta. And it's like it's a funny little town that happens to have a big old mall.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Better go take a trip.
Yeah, well, we're going to be driving right through Valdosta because we're playing a show. We're playing Halloween Festival. It's a big outdoor festival in
Live Oak,
Florida, which is you know, kind of heading. It's probably 60 miles south, if I had to guess. I haven't looked at a map in a minute, but it's a good hour and a half south of Valdosta, kind of in that north central Florida. And so maybe we'll stop by the mall. It's really good advice.
You should. I mean, I must say that I haven't been to that mall since like '97.
Malls have definitely have gotten a little less popular of late, but we'll have to check it out. Maybe we'll send you a picture.
Are you doing any other Florida dates or just the Halloween?
Just Halloween
for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'd like to go. We'd definitely
we'll
open
definitely
the building more.
let you know, especially if we come and play in SoFlo.
Yeah.
Do y'all call it that?
Some people do. I don't.
That's kind of like Hotlanta.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super cool, so I also say Hotlanta. I really don't. I don't ever.
But I thought Orlando is not South Florida, right?
No, he doesn't live in Orlando.
No, I'm south. I just happen to go to high school, college in Orlando. That's why I like it.
My bad.
It's all good. It's pretty much the same.
It's all Florida.
It is long. Florida is a drive,
long.
really quite something. Flat.
I mean, Georgia's no joke either, man. These states are so big. And
Georgia's rotund. You know, like there's, you know, no matter what angle you come at it, you're in it for hours. You know,
you're stuck.
There's no
yeah.
And don't.
But it changes a lot. I feel like Georgia's a transitional state geologically. You know, like down the southern part is quite Florida. It's, you know, it's palm trees and just that deep southern, you know, like Spanish moss and swamps, gators, and, you know, that kind of, you know, what I associate with Florida, the panhandle. And the north part of it is like, you know, tall mountains, and, you know, could be, you know, some Tennessee, Kentucky, you know, honestly, some looks a little bit like all that. So it's quite a different, you know, and then Middle Georgia's got its own little vibe too. You know, it's like undulating and kind of, you know, kind of farm oriented, but in a different way. That it's not cotton and it's not, you know, it's just kind of got like mid-sized farms and stuff. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Georgia's dope, man. Atlanta's a great city. I've been all over Georgia my life. Clayton, Georgia, that's up there in the.
I'm in Clayton all the time. Yeah, I go to Clayton. Yeah, Northeast Georgia. Yeah.
Have you ever been to Clayton, Ty?
No, I haven't. Have I?
You have, but you may not have. You may not have had.
You can't miss it. It's like an alpine. It's like a.
I've gone through Clayton before, but not to.
It's like an alpine town, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere, it looks like you're in the Swiss Alps. It's fucking insane.
It's like it's kind of the town that.
Or Helen, Georgia is like that.
Yeah.
I've been to Helen several times.
Helen back.
No, not Helen back yet. Still in hell, but waiting to get back.
Yeah, Clayton's got is the town where all those like real nice North Georgia lakes. That's kind of like the town. Raven County is that northeastern county in Georgia that has like tons of beautiful lakes. and lots of beautiful mountains. It's kind of a retreat area. It's also where Deliverance was filmed.
Yep. So this is perfect segue into my next like group of questions. I call the Atlanta questions. They're pretty quick. Ready? Here we go.
Okay.
Outkast or Ludacris?
Outkast.
I agree. Outkast.
That is the correct answer.
Yeah.
Nothing against Luda, but
All right, I was gonna say Luda's got his hits, but
Yeah.
it's Outkast.
It's hard to beat Outkast in Atlanta. They're heroes.
yeah. Last band you saw at the Earl?
Okay.
Pains of Being Pure at Heart.
Well,
That's not the
That band, I read that. Two things. I read that and I was like, I'm gonna like these people. One, because I like that band. I saw them in New York. And two, I've been to the Earl twice.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome. I mean, it really is funny that that's the show. I mean, we really should cover one of their songs and just to tell,
as a tribute
to them. And I still think they're fantastic. I've seen them a number of times. They also opened up for maybe it was the New Pornographers or some other larger band in a bigger venue, and I saw them and they were excellent there too. But the last one, it's been a while since I have not gone to the Earl since COVID hit, actually, to see a show. I have seen a few other shows. I just, for whatever reason, haven't gotten back there. So I can't even put my finger on the last. He didn't ask when we did play a few shows there. We probably played the Earl 5 or 6 times. I can't really put my finger on the last time I saw a show at the Earl, unfortunately.
I think the last time I saw the show was the Charlie Brown Christmas special they do.
Was it in 2019? That would have been pretty close to. That's a good one. They do a Charlie Brown's Christmas special there. That's fantastic. They've been doing it there for years.
Oh, I love that. I have that on vinyl too.
Yeah, Vince Girardi or Girardi. Yeah, it's a fantastic. The saddest really jazz you will ever listen.
So sad.
It's so sad.
So sad.
Sad, yeah, sad Christmas jazz, but it's so sophisticated. I truly love it. And they do, I've seen at the Earl when they recreate that, like they have like, a group, a chorus comes out and does that. It's really, really good if you're ever around. But I can't answer that question. I really can't draw it up. I don't know when the last thing I would have seen was. I'm sorry.
Well, here, how about this? What's the last show you saw?
Well, I saw In the Whale.
Okay.
They're from Denver.
I know them.
With Mama Bear at Smith's Old Bar.
Yeah.
Which is another like 35-year going rock and roll club in Atlanta, Smith's Old Bar. It's in Midtown than East Atlanta. But that was a great show. That was the last show I've seen. Other than a show, like we just played Afro Punk Festival.
Yeah.
So we saw a whole bunch of bands there, but that was an outside festival. So I think you're looking for club.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, more Atlanta questions. Do you follow ATL Scoop on Instagram?
No.
About to.
Yeah, what is it?
Well, I reached out to my friend, shout out to Chris Corso, to get some like Atlanta on the ground questions.
Okay.
And he said, this is his quote, ask them if they follow ATL Scoop on Instagram, and if so, does it make them never want to leave their house? It's
is it like all the like crime or problems?
I
think it's like, it's not terrible crime. I looked through it. It's like car accidents and like just like people being dumb.
Okay. I'm looking at it now. We officially followed him, by the way. So that he's got a new follower, and it's Lesibu Grand. But I'm looking at the one that says Goat Party in Buckhead. Apparently there was like a goat.
Yeah, it's pretty
cute. Wow, they're popular. Holy shit. It's a serious site.
LOL.
That's cool. No, I didn't know about that, but I guess
apparently it's like something in Atlanta that's like big with like, all the young kids.
Well, now we're getting into it like youngins.
But yeah, so if you follow it, apparently like it just talks about the weird shit happening all over Atlanta.
Wow. Actually, I was following it.
No, I just.
Oh, you just okay. All right.
You just did it. Have you ever had the lemon pepper wings from Magic City?
I've never been to Magic City, and I'm so disappointed in myself. Like, I do want to. I love lemon pepper wings. First of all, I didn't know they had them, so I'm going to go get
Apparently,
them.
that's what they're known for. I mean,
What?
aside from the main thing.
The strippers.
Yeah. So I've been to Magic City, and I've had many lemon pepper hot wings. They're not really hot, the lemon pepper, just wings in Atlanta, various sites, including JR Crickets, which is the other sort of like
staple iconic wing shop in Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I can't say that I've had them at Magic City, so I'm gonna have to answer no. But I feel like I could triangulate and get there. But
Okay. This one, you'll have to educate me on this because I don't know what this one is. What's your opinion on water boys?
Oh, the water boys are like the guys that stand, well, they're usually like actual children that stand out on the middle of the intersection and hand out water bottles and try to sell them to you.
yes,
Usually after like a game or just like really hot days.
or just popular intersections.
Yeah, wherever it's busy.
It's like a thing.
I'm getting mine.
Yeah, I know. Mine's coming after you.
Okay, great. And then so that's what the water boys are, just so you know.
Mhm.
But my opinion on them is not negative. I hope they're being as safe as possible. It is quite dangerous for children to be playing in an intersection, but I do understand that they probably can't afford not to. So it kind of makes me sad.
Yeah, I didn't even know. Apparently, I guess it's a thing where I get it though, because like if you go to Yankee Stadium, or I guess anywhere, like if you went to Madison Square Garden in New York, yeah, there's people selling like with a cooler, just selling water bottles.
Exactly. That's all it is. And while it's very common at big sporting events, and when you're walking out of any game, there's any number of people selling T-shirts, selling hotchkies, and then just selling water. And honestly, the water is the only thing I would ever buy generally if I'm just walking like that. But it's nice to get a thing of water. The water boys that you're talking about are like generally like in more auto-centric zones. I think is where, it's kind of a common thing that's been happening for a little while. And I like the hustle. I'm just kind of, I like anybody who's like kind of working an angle and trying to get, ahead and like just doing it, like that. And so I kind of like the spirit of it, but I do think that, it is a little bit of, there's a child labor issue happening at a certain level. Like, just to be out there all day, just like slinging it around. They're kind of horsing around a lot of times, as kids will do, and that's kind of the charm of it sometimes. But like, you just hope they don't just back into something, or just like, it's, I don't know that it's a great, I'm not sure you'd want your own children doing it. It's a little risky, I would say, from getting hurt, or also just being possibly, it's dangerous.
Yeah. I will say though, when I was in middle school, our cheerleading squad would stand like in the middle of the street and ask for money to go to like camp and stuff. We had our parents and stuff with us, and we only did it for one day, but I have done that as a child, but I was with my parents, so it's kind of different.
Yeah.
But it's also not that different because you're still in the middle of the street.
I've had kids run up to me with like football helmets, little kids, like just like, raising money and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course. It makes me wish I would have done that as a kid. Like we were all
could have made so much money.
Yeah. I should have bought a bunch of bottles of water for $5 and sold them for $1 each. Could have made $25.
I think some of them do. I think that if they're out there all day, I bet they do move a fair amount. I will also say that it kind of freaked me out a little bit once or twice during like the heart of the COVID situation, where I was driving with like my windows down. I come to a stop, and like all of a sudden these kids kind of ran up and stuck their faces in my like window, which was open. I was just like, whoa, guys. Like,
Lysol.
Just but
oh man. Okay. When's the last time you used a landline phone?
I use a landline phone still sometimes. Within a week. I mean, I do have a landline still.
As I was like,
him.
Well,
yeah, perfect.
So the reason why I use the landline is to have one at your
have a little cabin way
Not
up in the woods, and
okay.
there's no cell service out there, so it's like we just have one there. So I do use them.
We did a band retreat at the cabin, and I did use that phone while I was up there. So that was probably a month ago, maybe a little bit more.
So we both used it.
We've
within
used
6
it
weeks.
fairly recently. We're keeping old technology.
Any other guests?
alive.
Can any other guests beat us on that point?
No, that's insane. Like I don't know a human that could beat you on that.
I know.
Like unless maybe for work, like unless you worked at like a place like that, you're taking phone calls at like a hotel or something.
Right, yeah.
If my producer were here, she would probably be like, she would have you beat because she works at a hotel. She'd be like, today.
Literally earlier this.
Yeah. Okay. So dumb. Do you know who Danny Bonaducci is?
I do.
I don't.
Oh.
Can I? Shall I explain, or
please? I was going to ask you. Can you explain to her who he is?
Yes, Donnie.
I'll explain to you why I asked him.
Okay.
Okay. So Danny Bonaducci.
Is he from Happy Days?
No, he's from the Partridge Family. So you're close. So he was the youngest boy, I believe, in the Partridge Family. He had kind of red hair and freckles, and he was, I think he was sort of one of the leading characters of that sitcom. The leading character, like he was, mischievous and fun and funny, and that show was a big part of a lot of people's lives if you grew up in the 70s and whatnot. But that's not why people ask you about Danny Bonaducci, because later in life he kind of had a major comeback, but more as like a thuggy kind of a little dysfunctional, like I don't know if it was 90s or early aughts, like kind of a reality TV character, I would say, like somebody who had some personal difficulties and like was kind of followed by a lot of cameras and like just kind of, I think, correct me if I'm wrong here, I'm a little fuzzy, but he may have like been a little violent or just like kind of had some run-ins. He kind of he turned out to be not very cute at all.
He had some issues. He definitely had some issues, but he also did like the celebrity boxing.
Oh, okay.
For charity. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the reason we have a few in our pocket of like obscure or not so obscure celebrities that we asked people, and you'd be surprised how I'm actually happy. One, that you knew who he was. Two, you guessed Happy Days, so I'll count it. There's a few people we asked, like
that's Scott Baio.
Like, Bridget Fonda is the one we ask a lot.
I like Bridget Fonda.
You'd be surprised how many people have no fucking clue who she is.
Well, she I could see that.
I'm one of those people, I have to admit. I know who Jane Fonda is.
So it's her niece, who is a big actress in the 90s.
Yeah.
I may have seen her. I'm sometimes bad with people's names.
Yeah.
So it could be that I know who she is, but I didn't know that her name was Bridget Fonda.
Yeah. So our asking you of Danny Bonaducci is just more of an inside joke for us and our listeners.
Yeah. Well, I don't dislike him, by the way. I mean, I went a little negative on him, I think, but like, I don't know what he's doing now or whether he's like kind of rectified himself in some form or fashion. He's sort of like, that's my understanding of the Bonaducci like art.
So he is a DJ in Seattle now.
Oh,
and,
wow.
This is so dumb. We'll move on after this, but I was actually on his radio station like last week.
Wow. That's cool. Did you get the chance to talk with him?
Very quickly. And
so you were like a listener that called in, or did they invite you to come be like a guest?
I was a listener who called in.
Nice. I wish I could be one of those.
I'll tell you more off air.
Okay.
I can't disclose too much. We have to leave a little mystery here, but I'll tell you off the air.
Okay. Sounds good.
How often do you check your email?
I try to check.
That's that sigh that.
Yeah.
No, that's not the sigh. That's not the sigh. That's like the dread sigh.
That's the build up to the side.
Yeah, you might hear the sigh. You never know. I check my email daily, contrary to popular belief.
Okay.
I'm an email like
He
slave.
checks it like checks it like minutely.
I'm an email slave from the moment. I would say maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes upon waking, maybe 40 minutes before sleeping. All that time, I have my work email and I have my personal email, and I'm like,
our emails.
And yeah.
Emails.
Well, that's yeah.
I guess that's work, but
well, no. I was thinking about my job, and then band is on, in personal. Like, I am an email
centric.
Yes, I'm a very.
I am too, and I'm actually envious of Tyler here because I wish I check it 100 times a day.
Yeah.
But I'm a freelance writer and I manage multiple email accounts.
You manage multiple email accounts?
Yeah, for certain companies, and I have to respond to people. So I have like 5 open at a time on my desktop. Like,
yeah. No,
I want to just get rid of all of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, to me, it's just how like most, the world comes to me through email, generally speaking. It's like how we find out about what's going on, and I mean, my work email is like a waterfall, dude. I mean, it is. If I step away for a half hour to have lunch or something, I come back, I will have to scroll several screens just to get back to where I was before. It is just like a cascade. Now, every one of those is not something I need to necessarily respond to, but in there, this is what's stressful in modern life. In there are very important things, that could be lost forever.
Oh man, my hands are sweating.
Yeah. I wish somebody would just call my landline and be like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, yesterday Instagram and Facebook went down and I was like, just fucking leave it. Just let
it go.
Let it go.
Just leave it down forever.
Yeah.
We'd be fine. It would suck for a little bit. People would be like, well, how do I show everyone what I'm doing? You'd be like, we get over it real quick.
Don't. Just stop doing that.
I would love it.
There would be something pleasing about that.
Okay. Have you ever been to the Melting Pot?
No.
The restaurant.
Wait
a second. The restaurant on Peachtree. I don't think it's there anymore.
I mean, it's all over the place. They're all over.
I was gonna say, I feel like I have gone to one actually. Now that I say that, is there one at Universal Studios? Do you know?
There has to be one right around there.
Because I feel like I have gone to it actually, and that was like in 9th grade when we went on a orchestra trip for like a district show or something like that. And we went to Universal and went out to eat, and we went to the Melting Pot. It was mediocre.
So it is. I didn't realize it. So that's not an Atlanta question. You were just like generally speaking, like
no. The Atlanta questions are kind of over. I'm just going up. I have a couple randoms.
I just want to go on record to say no, I never did go to the Melting Pot, but I am actually a very big fan of fondue when it's cheese.
Yeah. I've never been to the Melting Pot either. I do love fondue though. I love cheese. Is the best.
I love cheese.
We
just had a cheese bowling ceremony. Is that what you're about to tell him?
That's right. On our street, which is called, that's right. Our street is called La France Walk. And every year we order a full 14-pound wheel of cheese from the Alps, raclette cheese, the traditional cheese of fondue. Mm-hmm. And we roll it from the top of our hill down to where we put all the bottles of wine that we can find in our community. And we basically bowl, we bowl with the wheel of cheese. And
this is just a neighborhood thing?
Yes.
We literally did it last weekend.
I have to show you. We call it the rolling of the cheese.
That is outstanding.
So this is like not doing it justice, but
that's the after.
This is like how it's set up. So basically the wine bottles are their bowling pins, and like you start from the other side of the street and you like roll the cheese and knock down the bottles.
And we have a barricade there that's painted with French. And we play French music all day.
This is our whole neighborhood.
That picture is from.
Wait, who organized?
It's really fun, and videos are well.
Who organized
the City Fathers.
This guy.
Okay.
The mayor and the chief organizer.
Small, well-organized organization within the community. We just do it. I mean, it's a relatively new community, and we thought it was kind of funny that it's called La France.
Yeah.
See, it's so like just almost a Disney version of France. And we just thought it'd be funny to have like some kind of weird French inspired tradition that we did every year upon it's like every year of the day that the whole little street opened. And, there's like no French, there's no like Cinco de Mayo or like other like sort of everybody gets together and does French stuff that I'm aware of. I mean, people know about, obviously, there's like Bastille Day in France, but like, anyway, it's just a silly way to have fun and roll cheese and have fun. And, we literally ate a big slab of the cheese before this little session here. It's extremely smelly and tasty.
I love it. I just had a bunch of blue cheese.
Nice.
I like that too.
Like funky, I forget what it was called though. It was a funky, Trader Joe's.
Stilton? Is it Stilton?
No, it wasn't Stilton. It was a funky Trader Joe's one that was really good.
Roquefort?
Maybe.
That's a good one. That's the French version of, that's the French blue cheese, and then the Stilton's like the British one.
Yeah.
Really good.
What about Gorgonzola?
Oh,
I don't know where that's from actually, but that's tasty too. I've never had it in large quantities.
It's good. It tastes like blue cheese to me.
Yeah. No, this wheel of cheese, dude, you would be so impressed. It's heavy, and at the end, when it's all over, I cut it into eighths, which are still very large, sumptuous chunks.
Probably be like $40 at Kroger for one.
And I, distribute them.
The cheese.
Oh man, I want to live in your neighborhood.
I mean, we'd love to get some press coverage. Honestly, we're looking for sponsors.
Well, you know what? We'll talk about Bothering the Band will sponsor a cheese roll.
We will host you if you want. We're looking for we're looking for someone. We need an announcer. So I'd like to bring it up a notch. We could talk about this. It's very fun. You could cruise up.
It's giving me total dodgeball vibes. You know the movie Dodgeball? Yes. That's what it's giving me.
Oh man, it's like the little cheese roller that could. It's like soon you're gonna battle like a big time cheese community.
Yeah.
I know.
Velveeta's gonna try to come and crush us, but we're not gonna let them.
Kraft is coming. It's coming.
Not Kraft. Oh geez, it's gonna be Velveeta on one end and then Kraft on the other. That'll be cool.
Got a lot of room to grow.
Well, on that note, tell me what's next for the band and just where are you guys going? This is your moment. Tell the world what you guys are working on, what's next.
Well, we are hoping to release our song Friends with My Friends later this year, and we have a music video that's really cool that we did with a bunch of cosplayers. It was super fun, one of the most fun shoots I think we've done. We also are playing again in Birmingham at the Nick. That's going to be a November 6th show.
Cool.
So basically we're going to be playing a couple more shows, releasing the music video and song, and then we're going to say Happy New Year and keep releasing music. That's our plan. It's just go. And we have lots of stuff we've already recorded, so we'll probably get some music videos working for those. But yeah, we're just getting started.
And some Starburst rapper art.
Yes, definitely going to be working on my Starburst rapper collection. I'll be eating them in bulk. I'll eat 1 pack a day. That's my oath. Probably might get diabetes, but it's anything for the art, you got to do it. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
Everyone listening, please go follow the band. It's Lesibu Grand on Instagram. Is it the same on everything else?
Yes, Lesibu Grand, Lesibu. No, you're good. Thank you so much for having us. It's been a pleasure.
And go listen to their music. It's amazing. I would recommend putting on in the morning. It really pumped me up
Okay.
when I was like just making my coffee, just getting going. So
Like that. That's good.
You have new fans in us. We can't thank you enough for doing this. So
We're excited to have done it. It was really fun. We do it again sometime, and let's definitely stay in touch.
Yes.
Yeah. Everyone, thank you so much for listening. This has been so much fun, man.
And now you know you can take everything from me. Can have me anytime. Can have me anytime. And I should say sorry.